Limited English Proficiency, or LEP, refers to a person's limited ability to read, write, speak, or understand English. Individuals with limited English proficiency are not explicitly a protected class under fair housing laws. However, often policies targeting LEP individuals are found to have a disparate impact based upon race or national origin, which is illegal under federal, state, and local fair housing laws. Targeting individuals for unfair or illegal housing-related services who have limited English proficiency or speak a particular language may also constitute intentional discrimination. Further, federally assisted housing providers must offer meaningful access to persons with limited English proficiency under Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. In 1974, the U.S. Supreme Court also decided that the denial of a language access in federally assisted programs and activities constitutes national origin discrimination. In 2016, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development published guidance regarding persons with limited English proficiency. This guidance established that language-related restrictions can serve as a significant barrier to accessing and maintaining housing. However, there are still many public and private housing providers that do not provide fair and equal access to LEP households. What could LEP discrimination look like? Housing providers refusing to rent to LEP applicants due to the languages they speak or requiring there to be an English-speaking person in the household. Housing providers advertising that fluent English is mandatory to live in the rental unit or that non-English speaking people need not apply. Housing providers charging additional rent with no legitimate reason for doing so because they are seeking to exploit the fact that the household has a lack of comprehension of the rules and regulations in the lease. Refusing to show LEP tenants homes in certain areas or steering them into specific communities or neighborhoods. Subjecting LEP tenants to court hearings without access to an interpreter. Failure to implement language accessibility policies prevents individuals and families with limited English proficiency from accessing residential housing with the same level of enjoyment as non-LEP households. Housing providers should work to assist LEP tenants and can do so in some of the following ways. Give the potential tenant time to read and interpret their lease. Allow for interpreters to be present when addressing the tenant. Enlist a translation service for LEP households or allow English-speaking relatives or friends to assist. If you believe you have been discriminated against and you live in these areas of New York State, you can reach out to CNY Fair Housing at 315-471-0420 or file a complaint with HUD's Office of Fair Housing and Equal Opportunity by calling 1-800-669-9777. When you call, if you do not speak or understand English proficiently, an interpreter who speaks your language will be placed on the call. You can file a complaint with HUD whether or not you are a U.S. citizen. CNY Fair Housing is a private nonprofit dedicated to eliminating housing discrimination, promoting open communities, and enabling access to housing opportunity for all people in Central and Northern New York. Visit our website at cnyfairhousing.org or email us at info@cnyfairhousing.org.